So I wanted to take a second and talk about bullseye picks. If you've never seen a bullseye pick, it's got a hoop on it and it kind of pivots here in the middle. And it's got this little shoe here, and that is so you can line up your low spot. And then when you squeeze the handle, it brings the pick up right into where the shoe is there, so you can line up where your low spot is and where it needs hammered. I've seen a fair amount of guys using them what I would call incorrectly. It's called a bullseye pick, so it's meant to be precise. And I'll zoom in on a spot here where there's a little bit of a low, but you want to line that up and you just want to, essentially work that spot up relatively slow, because you're trying to be precise and just work that one specific spot. I see a lot of guys, they'll take a bullseye pick and they'll be running all over, and if you're doing that, you can use a hammer and dolly. A bullseye pick is meant for precise raising of low spots. So I kind of wanted to chime in on that. I'm still working with a slapper here, so there's a bunch of highs and lows, but I will pick a couple big low spots and I'll kind of raise those areas up using the bullseye pick to kind of demonstrate how it works. But again, I thought it would be informational and helpful to some of you guys to see what I feel is the proper way to use a bullseye pick to be precise with raising lows instead of just kind of willy-nilly hammering all over an area that you're trying to raise instead of using it as its desired purpose. So I'm not sure how well this will show up on camera with doing it, but there's a low spot here, and you can see a little bit darker of a red there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with our bullseye pick, and this right here is our low spot. I'm going to line that up, and just raise that area, and then I could rub my finger over it and see that now it's slightly proud, which is okay because we'll hammer and dolly that back down, and I can move on to the next spot. Just raising those areas a little bit at a time. So you can see that I'm really trying to focus on where the low spots are instead of just kind of coming across and not being able to focus where my highs and lows are. So I'll just continue on down the panel. Again, paying attention to where the majority of the highs and lows are. And this is a multi-step process, so I'll raise some of the lows up, I'll come back with the slapper and a dolly, work it out, and then if I have another low spot, I'll come back, use the bullseye pick to raise that area, and just repeat that process as needed to get everything relatively uniform across our work area here.